Hi, Dr. Sandy. Good morning. I'm Aisha, a high school student who's interested in being a veterinarian. I'm excited to introduce our speaker today, Dr. Sandra San Miguel, also known as Pink Phoenix, who is the Associate Dean for Engagement and a Professor of Veterinary Clinical Sciences at Purdue University's College of Veterinary Medicine. She provides oversight to the Offices of Lifelong Learning, Global Engagement, Extension, Alumni Relations, Special Events, Public Affairs, and Communications, and leads the college's community engagement programs. Her primary interests are to promote an inclusive veterinary profession by helping others find their passions and develop their lives and careers around these passions. She has developed national role modeling programs for children and studies the impacts of these programs on both their career aspirations and the self-efficacy of participating youth, and the personal and professional impact on participating role models. She currently leads the NIH-supported League of VetaHumanz, a global inclusive veterinary superhero league where VetaHumanz in academia, practice, research, government, and industry engage with community centers and schools across the globe to provide access and support for under-resourced children. I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Sandy to the interview series on the careers of veterinarians. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you so much, Isha. I love what you're doing here with the podcast, and it's an honor to be part of it.
Thank you. So first, I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about your work.
Okay, well, you did a pretty thorough introduction, but I'm at Purdue University, and I'm also an alum of Purdue a long, long time ago, and I stayed. And I have just an amazing job. It's different every day. About half my work is administrative work. So I'm the Associate Dean for Engagement. I lead the college's engagement initiatives. I have just a phenomenal team that I get to work with of people with all different skills. So all our web and print communications, our social media, our study abroad programs, and hosting our international visitors. I think I said print communications, all of our alumni relations, our extension with livestock producers. It's just every day is phenomenal and different. And then I get to personally lead our community engagement initiatives, and that centers around the League of VetaHumanz. So I get to go to different schools in the area and teach kids, kindergarten through fourth grade. So a typical day, like I had Zoomed in with some kiddos in Nashville, Tennessee. Every Tuesday, I do their before school program. And on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm at an elementary school here locally. And on Fridays, I do after school programs with my vet students where we teach vet lessons. And then we train teams all over the country to do this. So we certify them and they deliver our curriculum. So it's just an amazing job. I love it.
That's so cool. I've never really thought of or heard a concept very similar to VetaHumanz where you're like teaching children, and I think that's so amazing. So now I was wondering if you could share about your education, training, and career evolution.
Sure, it's been like this. So where do you want to start? How early?
As early as you want.
Want to go with high school, because I'm here and I'm probably doing what I do because of probably even junior high and high school teachers and counselors, because I wasn't very much into school. I liked wood shop and metal shop. That was about it. And I was pretty much a behavior problem. I got myself into a lot of trouble. And in high school, I actually got kicked out for mouthing off. And the guidance counselor said that she would clear my record if I applied to college. So what a wonderful thing for her to do, that she saw something in me that I didn't see. And we sat in her office and applied to college, and I got in. And I ended up going to Gettysburg College, which was a really small liberal arts college, which was excellent for me because I couldn't get into trouble. The class sizes were so small. If you were missing, it was very noticeable. And they also really pushed academics and pushed a broad education. So it wasn't just science. We had art history and philosophy and all of the different things. And I got to see the value of different perspectives. And I still wasn't grown up much yet, taking stuff for granted, and tried to mess that college life up. But I had an amazing professor, Dr. Alex T. Rowland. He was my organic chemistry professor. And he showed me what research was. He actually gave me a research lab and a research project. And he gave me jobs to keep me out of trouble. So I had to work for him on Friday evenings, and then Saturday mornings, like starting at 6 a.m., and then Sunday mornings starting at 6 a.m. So he made sure there wasn't time for me to do anything but focus on my career and work. And he always made sure I had to support myself, my room and board. He always made sure that I had rent money. He would find something for me to do. So I worked 4 jobs in college and went to school and figured out that I needed to get serious here about what I wanted to do with my life. And I decided that I wanted to be a teacher and a researcher like Dr. Rowland. And animals were always a big part of my life. So I thought, oh, I'll do it at a vet college because those students are smart and they're serious. They wouldn't be like me, so they would be fun to teach. So that's kind of what I picked. And then I thought, oh, I'll be a dog surgeon because I love shop, right? And I loved organic chemistry because you get to build things there too. I like building things. I like making things. So I thought I'll be a dog surgeon. And I ended up getting into Purdue, which was phenomenal. And I started in a dual degree program, DVM PhD. And that didn't work out so well. It was a lot. And then I found out I really didn't like surgery at all. It was not like shop. But my second year, I worked in vet college too. And I was working for the swine group, and they needed an extra set of hands on a farm visit, and they invited me out, and I went to a farm. It was the first time I'd been on a hog farm, and I just fell in love. It was like instantly, this is what I am made for. And they, again, kind of took me under their wings. So I worked with them. I got to work on some research projects while I worked in the office, helped out on farm calls. And I ended up making that my career goals. I did graduate work with them. I ended up doing a DVM master's degree, working with swine infectious diseases. And then I wanted to be a professor, but to be a professor, you needed the PhD. So I had to go back to school. But they let me teach while I was doing my PhDs, and it was a lot of fun because I could go on farm visits, I could teach, and I could do research, which was the perfect life for me. 2 years after vet college, I started having really bad health issues. I started going into shock, and they couldn't figure out what it was. And it turned out I was allergic to cats, and then dogs followed. And we tried like everything. We tried the desensitization, we tried medications, we tried everything. And they decided I was too high risk for everything, that I had to go to avoidance. So I haven't been able to work around dogs or cats since then, but I did get an incredible 15-year run with pigs before the allergies caught up there. And I focused on biosecurity and preventing agroterrorism and preventing pandemics, zoonotic pandemics. It was, again, pretty amazing. But then the health issues caught up, and I had to come up with another career change. And I was fortunate, Dean Reed, who is the dean at Purdue, created the Office of Engagement and offered me the position that I'm in now as Associate Dean for Engagement. And I didn't think anything could be as fun as growing hogs, but this is pretty fun. And I was fortunate enough to get NIH funding, and right off got funded for role modeling programs. And those evolved into the League of VetaHumanz, where I am today. So instead of growing hogs, I grow vets.
Wow. That was truly a very inspiring career evolution, and it clearly took a lot of hard work to get where you are today. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Now, I was wondering, what are some of the most rewarding aspects of your career?
The people. It's always the people, the kiddos that I get to work with every day. Um, seeing seeing people grow and learn, especially with the little kids. You'll work with them and it doesn't seem like they're paying any attention at all. And then 2 months later, they say something where they connected all the concepts you've been teaching them, and they say something brilliant, and you're like, you're in first grade and you remembered all of that. Or after we've done anatomy with the little ones and our first year students come in and the little kids are teaching them anatomy because they've had more anatomy than the first years so far. And it's just fun to watch our vet students and the kids in the community grow and learn together and build those relationships and be a part of that. Watch the kids grow up. I've had some students now that I've known since they were in grade school, and it's just amazing. And they go into practice and start their own practices. It's the best job ever.
Yeah, that is incredible. It's a really amazing impact that you're able to make on, both students and animals, and I think that's really incredible.
And maybe I can also add getting to work with so many different people,
Yeah.
because most of what I do is outside the purview of veterinary medicine. So I get to work with teachers and community leaders and education experts and DEIB experts and people all over campus, people all over the world, and learn from them. And I think vet school prepares you for that. That's one of the best things about vet college is you learn how to navigate challenges and work with others to solve problems.
Yeah, that is very amazing. Now, lastly, I was wondering if you could tell us about some of the common mistakes that pre-vet or vet students make.
Yeah, well, that's hard because I've made pretty much all of them, I think, in my career. And I think it's important to make those mistakes. And I wouldn't call them mistakes, they're lessons, right? Nothing's a mistake. Everything happens for a reason. It gives you a challenge. It opens a new adventure for you to work on. And brings other people into your life that you can learn from. But I think what I see is people don't want to ask for the help, right? We're all very driven. I mean, look at you. You're in high school with a podcast, reaching out, interviewing, learning about veterinary medicine. That took guts, that took drive, and you're doing it and you're very successful. So veterinarians, we have this personality, right? We're gonna go do something and we're going to solve problems and we're going to get things done. So when you hit situations like that college where there's more material than you can possibly ever learn, well, you just can't do it. They're impossible challenges, and having to accept that, one, you can't learn it all. You're not going to be the best in school, and that you have to ask for help and you have to take care of yourself. So I think the biggest thing is when we bring people to our college, accept people into our college and the profession, we do it because of all the unique things about you. right? Anybody can learn the material. You can Google stuff. We need your diverse experiences and perceptions and perspectives. That's what's going to change our profession and move it forward, what you do with the information that we give you. So if you lose yourself along the way, you're not that valuable to the profession, right? So getting through the programs and positioning yourself for success without losing yourself. So taking time for self-care, asking for help. Nobody does anything by themselves. You might think you're doing it by yourself, but you're not. There's people in the background. So making sure that you do ask for help, you build a good support system, and you take care of yourself, I would say would be the lessons that you have to learn.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely some very important advice. So thank you so much for chatting with me today and sharing your experiences and insights. Was there anything else that you would like to share?
You're very welcome. I enjoyed being on. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I wish you much success.
You too.